Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley.
Yeah!
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. On Mondays, you've got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE with Chris Los and Travis. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Joe, it's showtime. What's up, man?
Not much, Gene. Worked 6 days this week, so that was fun.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, so we are recording right now. For those who don't know, we are recording not on our normal day. We're recording on Monday. It's Valentine's Day, and as you can see, it's just me and Joe. The other two have mysteriously disappeared. They have not said anything to us. Angel was talking to us earlier. Now it's showtime. You know, and I sent a message out earlier. I said, "Yo, it's Valentine's Day. Are you sure we want to, we want to do it tonight? I know you guys got girlfriends and wives and everything." And
you tried, man. You tried.
And then here we go, the start of the show, and we're the half of the crew is here. Well, anyway, we ain't gonna get in trouble. Like I said, like my girl's in Windsor, she's at home. We celebrated all weekend, and your wife was obviously cool with it, so you're here.
Yeah, like I said, we celebrated when she got home from work. I got family and kids, so me going out on a Monday night, that's not gonna happen. And I still got to go to work, so
yeah.
We exchanged some gifts. We did some Chinese food. We're good.
Okay.
My belly's happy. My wife is happy. I'm good to go.
There you go. So if the other fellas, they slide in, I'll go ahead and bring them in. The director's not with us right now, so I'm doing double duty. So if Angel comes in, I'll bring him into the show. But go ahead now, man. I just wanted to put that out there in case we had some people wondering where the other two were.
Yeah, for sure. I'm doing 6 days this week, trying to make a little extra cash. Store away squirrel away some nuts or something. And then, I did the Super Bowl on Sunday over at my parents' house. We had a whole bunch of food. My mom and my wife were just cooking up everywhere, snacks galore. So, it was a good time.
Okay. Yeah, I've had a pretty busy weekend myself, man. It was Champ's birthday Friday. So me and his mom, we celebrated his birthday at his grandmother's house, her mom's house. We celebrated over there, and it was just a small gathering, just a couple of her family members there. I didn't even know it was that many people gonna be there. I just thought it was gonna be me and her, him, and her parents. There's a couple of the aunts and uncles that came through, so it was all good. And Champ had a good time. And then Saturday and Sunday, me and Melissa hung out, and both of us a little bit under the weather though. I had a little cold. Immediately, the first thing that comes to your mind now, you get a little cold. You're taking a COVID test to make sure that you're all right. And I was all good, no COVID detected. I took a couple tests.
That's good.
So it was just allergies pretty much. That's how I felt. And same with her. With the weather changing. So
it's changing a lot. It's cold out here.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, like, one of these days it's supposed to get up to almost 50 this week. So it's just it's just yo-yoing us right now, which I'm not gonna complain as long as it's we're getting close to the spring, man. We're getting close to spring. We got a little bit more than a month to go, man. I'm ready just to get there,
Yeah, for sure.
Got some good news, man. I got some good news.
Yeah, what's up?
I signed a lease. I got a permanent home for Jump Kick Martial Arts Club, man. I am happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm going to send you the video of the building. I'm still in Detroit. I'm going to be on Grand River, going closer to Schaefer area.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got a nice size building, and I'm excited about getting there. Painting and laying the mats down. Earlier this afternoon, it made me feel good. Earlier this afternoon, I get an email from the people who are running the building where I'm holding classes now, and they say, "Oh, we forgot to tell you, we have a comedy show tonight, so you guys can't use the facility." I get this, around 11 or 12 o'clock, so immediately I have to get on my phone and send a message out to everyone and say, "Hey, no class, in-person class tonight. We're gonna do Zoom." So luckily, everybody already has the Zoom links because we have weekend Zoom classes. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But at the same time, I'm like, see, I'm glad I won't have to deal with this crap too much longer,
Yeah, for sure. When's the move?
April 1st. April 1st, we are in the building April 1st, So now it's all about getting the place painted and cleaned up and all that fun stuff, decorated, make it look nice, make it look comfortable, and just start plotting on what I want to do as far as marketing and promotion, So I'm excited.
Fantastic. I'll be there to help you out.
I know. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. So Bugs pretty much set us up, man, because Universal Soldier, he picked this movie, and he is not here with us. And man, okay, so I did not like this movie at all. This is the first time I ever saw it too, and I did not enjoy it at all. I've watched this movie probably about 4 or 5 times.
Really?
And it was boring me. I fell asleep on it about 4 or 5 times. So when you fall asleep, you gotta play it back. You gotta rewind back, go back to the last part where you left off back. Man, this was a rough one for me, man. I just was not feeling it. Go ahead. I mean, I know me and you talked about it at the pre-show, but go ahead and express your feelings about the movie.
Well, I kind of knew this already and Angel even hit us at the end of the show last week that people are going to say it's not a karate movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's really not. It's more of a war movie, almost like a Terminator movie, kind of, without the time traveling. So there was a little bit of martial arts. So, I mean, I guess I'll give him that. And it was Jean-Claude Van Damme. But for the most part, it was just a cat and mouse chasing Terminator kind of deal. So the concept was interesting, but yeah, no, not my favorite. Not my favorite movie.
Yeah, the cops. To me, the first thing I thought was, okay, so these people are zombies. They're zombies that just don't eat other people. Like, that's the deal, because these people were dead and they were brought back to life to be anti-terrorist soldiers. That's pretty much the idea of it. Okay, and I guess they have some superpowers, super strength or whatever. That's what it seemed like to me. The way Dolph Lundgren's character was throwing around Jean-Claude Van Damme at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Well, they were juicing them up with steroids and stuff. They were basically all the time. But then the other problem that they were having is that they run real hot, so they have to be cooled down often, which allows them to heal. But I don't know. It kind of just seemed like somebody trying to. It's like the first stages of building a Terminator, and this was like the tryout stage. Like, you know, they were still working out all the bugs.
Right. Did you see that they had other versions? I mean, not other versions, but other parts of this movie, like a part 2, part 3, or whatever. Did you see any of those other movies?
No.
Okay. As I was looking at all of the other movies that they had, I noticed that I guess they had another one recently, like in 2012, and both Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren were in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. And I said that if you know the ending of this movie, it's like, how could that character be back? It didn't make any sense at all to me.
You know, they did that with Kickboxer.
Yes. Wait a
They
minute.
did a new version of Kickboxer,
Okay.
and Jean-Claude Van Damme was the one teaching the main character, and like he wasn't the original like the character from Kickboxer in this. Like they just made up a whole new movie. So
Okay. Is that because was that the movie where he got killed in the sequel?
no, because this one
What movie was that? There was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and he did the first movie, and in the second movie, he was like at an airport or something, and then he ends up getting killed. And that one actor, I think his name was Sasha. I can't remember his last name.
Oh,
Sasha Mitchell. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Sasha Mitchell.
Yep. From Step by Step.
Yeah. Yeah. And he is like Jean-Claude Van Damme's cousin or brother or whatever, and he's trying to avenge him. I can't remember what movie that was.
Yeah, I think it was Kickboxer 2 and 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they went up all the way to 6.
Oh my god!
I think Sasha Mitchell was in. He might have been 2 and 3, maybe 4. I think I stopped watching after 4.
Okay. All right.
Sasha Mitchell's hard to take serious. After watching him on Step by Step.
Yeah, he was.
Because then you're like, why is Cody in here trying to be serious? It's just hard.
Yeah. Let's get into this movie, man. This movie starts in 1969. It is Vietnam, and Dolph Lundgren's character, his name is Sergeant Andrew Scott. This guy seems to have just lost his mind and just start going crazy.
100%.
He's killing village people. No, not the village people, not the singers. He's not killing the village people, the singers. He's killing people in this village, and these people were innocent. What happened to him? Like, why did he? Do you know why he snapped? Did I miss something? Why he snapped?
I did not say. This dude was, for lack of a better, he was losing his mind. He was killing his own people that were trying to stop him.
Yes.
And then he was killing, like you said, innocent people that were just, in the Viet Cong or whatever. And then he had a necklace of people's ears.
Yes.
And he kept making the joke, sorry, I can't hear you.
Right.
Or I'm all ears. Oh my God.
Did not like I've never seen him try to be funny before. And this is the first time. This is the first time I ever seen him in a movie with these corny one-liners, which they made him seem really, really weird. It made him seem it was just strange how they did that. Like it wasn't to me. It wasn't funny. It was corny, but it just seemed
terrible.
It seemed like it was out of his character. Also,
yeah. I just looked and go, I don't know what this dude has snapped. Like the necklace of ears, I just made no sense to me.
Yeah. So he starts cutting off people's ears, the village people, the people of the village. He started cutting their ears off and making a necklace. And that's when we see Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, Luke Devereaux. Was that his name? Devereaux? Devereaux?
Yes.
Devereaux. Luke Devereaux. He shows up and he sees him. Now he has a couple of village people tied up, a couple of women tied up, and I guess he was getting ready to kill them. And when Devereaux shows up to stop him, he ends up shooting one, and then one of the girls runs away, and then he ends up throwing a grenade at her and blowing her up, and she's done.
He was laughing about it.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm sorry, no one's throwing a grenade with that pinpoint of accuracy.
No.
He threw that grenade and it landed just in time to kill her. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was stupid. And then next thing you know, him the Sergeant Scott and Jean-Claude Van Damme's character is a private.
Yeah.
Private Devereaux. They started fighting each other. They both end up shooting and killing each other. They're done. And then that's when the army comes in, finds the bodies, sees what happens in the village, and they decide they're just going to cover this up.
Oh, they cover the whole thing up. Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to even mention what happened there to anyone. And that's pretty much the end of the first scene. Next thing we know, we flash forward to the present time, and we see all of these soldiers. They have things on their head that were like, what would you say these things were? Like it was
I mean,
almost like,
they were basically cameras.
yeah, and it was
Like
like a headband.
yeah, because now who's ever kind of trying to control them is giving them orders, but
Mm-hmm,
also can see what they see.
mm-hmm. And then we see that Private Devereaux is there, and we also see Sergeant Scott. So basically, the Army has figured out a way to take dead bodies and make them come back alive. Now, this was not explained in this part of the movie, so we were just confused.
It was
At least I
almost the
was.
end of the movie before it was explained.
Yeah,
And it wasn't explained very well.
It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense at all. Why they were alive, why they were being controlled, who controlled them, and then out of all of these soldiers, 2 of them decided to stop being under the control of the military for whatever reason. Now all the other soldiers stayed under control, but these 2 got out of it for some weird reason that was never explained.
Well, they were talking about that they were still having their memories, their old memories.
Yeah, but shouldn't everybody should have?
Maybe not everyone else didn't have bad memories like that.
Yeah,
these 2, they were breaking, and they said they would just wipe them, but they didn't seem to do a very good job of wiping their memories.
Right. Now, the reason they were brought back to life and they were being used to be anti-terrorist soldiers. So when there was a hostage situation, they're sending these guys in to rescue the hostages or deal with any type of issues and any problems. So they go on this mission, and then that's when we see Private Devereaux kind of wake up, because he is remembering. He goes into a situation where he sees a couple of women tied up, and then that wakes him up, and he starts remembering what happened back in Vietnam.
Yep.
Now, did you think that all of these people were from Vietnam, or do you think they were all throughout different periods of war?
It seemed like they wanted us to believe that they were all from the Vietnam.
Okay. And they didn't age. They still look young like they did in the 60s.
Yep.
Okay. Now we also see a woman reporter. She shows up. And I don't even know what she was doing there at first. She seems like she was running late when she comes to cover this story. And then she covers the story. Talk about her a little bit, because she was annoying me, man.
Honestly, I think they were trying to. I don't know if this came out before or after Ninja Turtles, but it's almost like this is their own version of April O'Neil.
Yes.
Annoying, selfish, privileged, and then I mean, she seems like the type that gets fired like once a week, and then gets rehired. Right. She does the little broadcast. She's smoking a cigarette. She's doing the broadcast. They're yelling at her. She's like, yeah, whatever, get out of my face. Right before they go live, she throws the cigarette down, does her little broadcast, and then starts talking crap. And basically they're like, they fire her.
Right. Now, go ahead.
This is what tells me that she's so, full of herself. She stays behind, and she's going to try and get a story, even though she's been fired. Where are you getting the story? Where are you taking the story now?
Maybe
you don't have a job.
Maybe she was going to use that to get her job back.
I guess maybe. But in the process, she gets too close. She gets found out by the base, and she gets her partner killed.
Right. This gets stupid too. So the military sees that Devereaux is not responding to their commands, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with him. But they never really. They try and run tests on him, but they never understand why he snaps out of being under control of the military. Now, at the time, Sergeant Scott is still under the control, and it's a little bit later when he, for whatever reason, gets out of control with the military. So now, like you said, she sticks around. Her name is Veronica Roberts. She sticks around. She's snooping around the military. And then she eventually finds, this is stupid too. These bodies were like left outside in cases.
No, that guy was the one that took the shots, because he took all the shot. He got real close, like he was a maintenance guy, and the people that they were rescuing from the terrorists, when he got real close, they shot him. He got shot like 6 times. Then he sat up, took a gun out, and shot 3 of them until the other 2 came in and got his back. So they put him in ice because the ice heals him.
Okay. So
okay. She goes over to a cooler and she opens the cooler, and it's that guy that got shot. He got like 8 bullet holes in him, and she thinks he's dead. She don't know what she's looking at yet.
Right.
She thinks it's just a dead guy in ice, and she's taking pictures. And then they find her on the camera, and they send these universal soldiers, these androids, whatever you want to call them, after her to get her camera and kill both her and the
her cameraman.
Yeah, her cameraman.
Yeah.
Now, did they say to kill them at first, or did he just do that on his own?
No, I don't. I think he did it on his own. I don't remember them saying.
After he shot, I think Scott. That's when he woke up. He shot him because he kind of liked it, and then after that, they were like, "Oh, now we gotta kill her too because she's gonna tell."
Right. And then they take off. She takes off. Now, all of the soldiers come after her, and then that's when Devereaux wakes up again.
Well, so she gets up in a military vehicle, and he's with her. He's trying to save her. Again, he's going past his protocol, and he's trying to save her, but they're still in his ear. So they're telling him to stop. So he starts driving the truck away, but then they say stop, and he stops. She's looking at him like, what are you doing? She doesn't understand he's under control.
Now, she should have been dead because her and her cameraman were driving a station wagon and they tried to get away. And for whatever reason, they went up a ramp and flipped over. Landed upside down. I'm thinking
I don't care. Seatbelts ain't saving you from that.
She should have had a broken neck or something. But she gets out of that and, she's okay. That's another time when I started rolling my eyes when it came to this movie. Now when he takes her and he, drives away, he doesn't mean to do that at first because he's not driving. She steps on his foot and makes him take off.
Yeah, but that was because she didn't understand why he wasn't going. She was trying to figure it out, and he was fighting his programming, but it was a mess. Hey,
welcome to the show, Angel.
You gotta defend this crap because we're crapping all over it.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be not even joking. I swear to God, I'm not joking. I started watching a movie and I said I'm gonna get banned for at least 3 weeks. I swear to God.
Were you thinking of something else?
I swear to you, I don't know why. I could have sworn there was so much more karate in this. I literally started watching and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting banned for at least a month. Like, I'm gonna find out." There's no way,
bro. This was like a bad Terminator movie. This is like they were testing out the Terminators or something.
This is my thing. I don't know why I thought there was so much more karate in this. Because I know, like in Universal Soldier 3 with Michael Jai White, there's like more karate action in that.
So Eugene, he watched them all.
More power to you, man.
The third was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the third was pretty good. Like if y'all want to hold out for another 2
or 3 years, that we're still doing this show, maybe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was more afraid of Mike tearing my ass apart. I swear to God. I was like, Mike is going to tear me apart.
Well, you see, he's not here tonight.
Listen, I'm telling you now. I was so worried. I was afraid he was gonna tear my ass apart. I swear to you.
Not on Valentine's Day. You don't want to
No.
do that on Valentine's Day.
Listen. Mike's off reading poetry, okay? With this girl. It's okay.
All right, let's get back to it, Joe.
we're right. Listen, they're in the truck. They're driving away from the base. Okay.
Yeah. And
That's where we're at.
He just flew in the air when they drove off, right?
No, they're in the truck now. It's just him and her.
Yeah, we're up to that.
Her camera guy got shot. Her camera guy was shot.
Yeah,
and,
that was cold. That was cold.
That was crazy.
So they make their way to a motel and they stay at this motel. This guy seems really, really shady. Now, wait a minute. Did I miss a part? Were they supposed to be getting gas at first, or was that later?
No. That's after. That's after.
That's after this.
That's later.
Okay. All right.
So he gets to the motel. They get to the motel, and Devereaux needs to cool down. That's his biggest thing. He's overheating. His watch, he starts blinking and starts saying that he's overheating. And that person at that motel was scamming him out of money. Just sitting there.
Well, listen, she opened up that wallet, must have had a wad because he started adding more and more to that bill.
$20 security deposit,
$50, 20, 10. So
he starts adding on to the price. And all right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't like how in every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie I gotta see his ass. That gets annoying. I don't want to see his ass. So make a long story short, people, we don't have to get into his action part, but he is trying to cool down, so he ends up getting naked in front of an AC to cool down. And then after that, she's walking around trying to call to get people to the motel.
Tell me something. Was I just imagining this, or did he have like shiny, almost plastic skin, or was that just his normal legs? Because I swear he looked like they were trying to make him almost look like a
plastic robot or something, like an android.
Yeah. Did I imagine that, or did you guys see that too?
Well, he was supposed to be sweating, right?
That's how I took it too. Like that's supposed to make him look shiny because he's really, really overheating so much.
Oh, okay.
He's like sweating. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Joe. Once I saw ass cheeks, I stopped looking. I'm not.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
I don't blame you.
So then that happens. Then she starts trying to call to get people to the motel, and she realizes that the phone lines went dead because the unit soldiers went to the motel because what they realized was Devereaux has a tracking device in his body. So he starts. Now this is where I didn't like this. I did not like this part. Gene, I swear to you, I literally said, "Oh, he's gonna talk so much crap about this scene." So she goes back to the room, and Devereaux hears the gun click, and he tells her to get down, and they light that place up. I mean, shoot, so many slugs in there, it was ridiculous. I don't understand how no one ever got shot. So he ends up knocking through.
You know what, man? I told Joe, man, when we started, I had to watch this movie 4 or 5 times, man. Not because I wanted to watch it that many times, but because I was bored and I kept falling asleep, and I kept having to rewind it back to where I last left off and continue again, and then would go to sleep again. So I was just pretty much upset watching this movie the whole week. So no, when I saw that part, I was just like, "This is just another stupid part to the stupid ass movie." That's what I was thinking.
You know what part? You know what part really got me in this one? Because this was just so they're to get away. He's busting through all these walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they end up in a room with a couple basically getting it on.
Mm-hmm.
And these, they're looking, and to avoid them, because they're walking where he busted through like 3 rooms, and they're hiding under the covers with the couple with a gun to the guy's face. Happy Valentine's Day. Good luck. That guy's never getting a boner ever again. Or you're going to need a gun on him to get one. Something weird like that. Because that's just, I mean, and you're telling me you can't tell there's 4 people under that. I don't care who you are. You're noticing there's more under there. Come on.
Right.
That was stupid to me. When I saw that, I said, really? Like, nobody notices? You got 4 machines, like 4 machines with special cameras.
Yeah,
with,
they should have picked up the heat.
Yeah,
the heat thing, because they picked that up earlier. They was looking for him, and
that was like, crazy to me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. Just y'all said 4 machines that couldn't pick that up. I just thought about something today. Imagine now the next time we have a movie, we gotta pick it, and Mike's on here. I go Alien versus Predator, because technically it's a bow staff, and he's able. Mike will kill me, man. Oh shit.
We should do that just to mess with them.
So they end up driving away. They end up getting away.
Yeah.
And they end up going to a gas station.
Oh, yeah, it's a gas station scene.
Okay. And now this is the part where they go into the gas station. They go into the bathroom, right? Is that, or was that in the?
Yeah. What happened was Devereaux gets there. He tells the guy, "Park my car," and that's when he takes her into the back and says, "There has to be a tracking device on me. I need you to find it and take it out."
Right. Now, how did she find it? Like,
how would you know where it was? Until she finds it. Because he told her he said, feel for something that's not supposed to be there.
Nah, that's not what he said. What he said was feel for something hard. Well, he's me.
He did say that.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
That's what he said.
He said, feel for something hard. Because I remember when I saw that, I said, I mean, that could mean a lot of things.
Well, he did look down and go, well, what's that? Is that supposed to be there? And she goes,
right.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
Right.
This movie, man, the 90s were wild. That's all I can say.
So she ends up finding it in his leg, and he ends up putting the knife in him and making a cut in him so she could take it out, right? So when I saw this part, I thought, okay, they have it out. How can they track him throughout the movie? From this point on, they should not be able to find them, but they were still hot on their trail everywhere they went. I didn't
assumed
get it.
Where he might go.
Yeah. And then this poor guy's gas station. They bomb up his gas station. Of course, the military shows up and they come in. Now, the guy already wanted them out of the gas station anyway, because he's telling them to get out of here. You guys have been in here too long. And then he's listening to their conversation from the other side of the door. So it sounds like to him, from his point of view, that they just pulled off of the road, came into his gas station, pretty much started having sex. That's what it sounded like to him.
Yep.
Right?
You got a little freaky deaky in there. And he got upset. Now, what he should do, he should have kept his damn mouth shut. Because then next thing you knew, that whole thing went kaboom! It blew up. That was messed up. That's where I was like, that was wrong. That poor guy.
Right. The military shows up with the unit soldiers. They all show up and they assume that they are in the gas station because, that's what the tracking device is. And they go in and it's a setup and there's they go in there shooting, right? And they hit something like a lamp. The lamp falls and it falls on the floor, and then that's where there's a trail of gasoline, and then it leads to an explosion. And now these unit soldiers all get caught on fire. The military guys are sitting there watching it, and they see their soldiers burning up, and then they try and put them out. Now we don't know at the time. We don't know where what's her name, Veronica. We don't know where Veronica is. We don't know where Devereaux is. And we don't know where the gas station attendant is. In my opinion, everybody should have been dead from that explosion, because that explosion was huge.
Yep.
We later find out that they were actually in a car, and in the car, there's nothing but ice in the trunks. So you mean to tell me that they were able to talk this gas station attendant guy into getting into this trunk full of ice also, because they were all in different vehicles. He already didn't even want them there. So he meets these strangers and they tell him get into this trunk, and he does it. Okay.
If he thought he was going to die, I mean, maybe, but I doubt it.
So then they decide. Devereaux decides to get out, and him and Veronica, they get out. They go into the military's vehicle. They steal some things, and they get back out, and nobody sees them. No,
that was
no military person sees them at all. Get out, go in there, get things, come back out, and get into another vehicle. They didn't see that. They're so concerned about the Unisoldiers that are burning up. Now,
they did say that's $250 million a piece.
A piece, right?
If they burn up, that's basically they're dead because if they get too heated, they said it'll fry their brain.
Right. Now, this is the part also where Scott comes alive, right? This is where he decides that he's going to stop listening to them. Right. Okay. Anything else, Angel? You got anything else about this scene?
Nah, man. There was nothing. I mean, that was a pretty straightforward scene. I just thought it was. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like when I saw this, in my mind, I was like, that was the same thing. Like everyone should have been dead, but also another part of me was kind of just like, how did they have enough time to fill up these trunks with ice, like without no one?
That's what I said.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I was more. I don't know, man. I was more or less like I was shocked on that. Like, how'd you have enough time to fill up these trunks with ice? Like that. That's what was shocking to me. I don't know. Me with ice, I gotta throw it on the ground. I gotta crush it so it's not all just one big piece, and then go through the whole thing.
Michael Jai White is in this movie.
In the third one.
The third one.
I'm looking at Wikipedia, and his name is on here in this movie as a soldier.
Wow,
I missed that. I missed that.
You know who is a soldier in this? Debo.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, Tidy. Yeah, his name is on here also. His name is on here too, but Michael. Yeah, Michael Jai White's name is listed on here. I don't know. Maybe we missed him. I don't know.
I never saw him.
But anyway, this is the part where Scott pretty much comes alive and takes over on his own. And because I think the colonel decides, okay, we're going too far. This is over with. We're done. He pretty much wanted to let Devereaux go and Veronica go, but Scott was like, no, we're going to keep this going. Yeah. And he goes into the military vehicle and he lets them know also that he's taking over. He ends up killing a couple of the soldiers that were in there. And then the scientists that were in there also, I guess they decide, okay, we have to follow his orders now.
They want to stay alive.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Okay. Now we get to the part where this is the only martial arts scene in the whole movie. The diner scene. So as they escape, they go to a diner, and Veronica is looking over paperwork that they took from the military vehicle. And then does she find out what happened to him at this point? She finds out the experiment.
She finds the name of the doctor that was the main doctor that was a part of the experiment.
How come all movies always do that? It's always some other scientist or doctor who knows something that's no longer with the team. He's off somewhere else, and now we got to go find this guy. And then he sees him and recognizes him from the past. And so many movies do that. That's like an old trope.
Yeah,
yep, 100%.
So she finds the name, and she's gonna go look him up. So Devereaux is sitting there at the table. He orders some food, and he's ordering a lot of food, and he's just eating and eating and eating. And then the waitress comes over and asks him, like, how are you going to pay for this? And he says, I don't know. She didn't think to ask the woman. She didn't think that this guy might have been a little slower handicap or anything. She just she just goes and tells the cook that, this guy doesn't have any money. He's not going to pay for the food. And then the cook comes out. I guess he's also one of the owners of the establishment. And then they start fighting. Now, all of these good old boys decide to just run at him one at a time, and then they get beat up one at a time. Did you guys enjoy this fight scene? Was it funny to you guys? What did you guys think of it? It really wasn't long.
It was more of a joke to me than anything because, I mean, did any of those guys look really like they could take him on
No.
before his like super strength? Like especially the cook. The
Right.
cook to me was like he looked like he was 50 or 60. Why are you trying to attack some young boy? Come on.
Well, actually, he was 50 years old also.
I guess you're right. Yeah, technically.
Yeah,
From
technically,
Vietnam.
right.
I just thought, like, dang, dude, like, why you guys? And then it wasn't anybody else's business. Why is everybody jumping in?
It really was. They had maybe they were all friends. Maybe those people that were in there come there all the time for lunch or breakfast or dinner or whatever. Maybe they all knew, and Jim Bob is getting beat up, so
Yeah, and then when you see
Billy Ray got to jump in and help him.
When you see 3 or 4 guys get handled like that, the smart thing would be like, you know what, I'm done.
You would think so. Anything, Angel? You got anything else?
That was my dream situation if I ever got into a fight like that. 1 by 1, please.
How often does that happen? I've never see it. Never seen it.
Hey, now where I'm from, they ain't no fair ones where I'm from. But man,
I used to do the same thing. I used to tell everybody like, oh, okay, so 10 of you jump me and I take out 3 of you. You still all look like a fool because of course 10 of you should be able to take you down.
Exactly.
So now this is the part that got a little bit confusing to me and was damn near stupid. So, of course, Veronica comes back and she sees what has happened. And to go to the next scene, and we see the military vehicle pull up. But it does not pull up to that. It didn't pull up to that restaurant. It pulled up somewhere else. It looks like at a bar or something. And he's asking, have these people seen Devereaux and Veronica? And I guess they had, for some reason. These people that we've never seen before knew which way they were going or what they were doing. And I guess they pointed them in the right direction. I was lost right there because that was dumb. Those people shouldn't have known them, or they shouldn't have seen them. They shouldn't have known anything. That would have been like, I don't know who you're talking about. Get the hell on,
That's crazy.
You guys got anything about that scene? Anything?
No, it really made no sense.
Yeah, it made no sense. They just pulled up to some total strangers, and they recognized them. They knew where they went. All right. After that, Veronica and Devereaux, they end up going to the doctor's house. They asked if they had an appointment, and his maid did, and they said yeah, they lied. And they come in, they wait, they end up meeting him. He comes and he explains what's going on, which did not make any sense to me either.
Well, he just basically said like they figured out a way to bring back a dead body, but there were some complications with the overheating and they had to constantly be cooled. Again, made no sense. Devereaux did have a flashback and remembered the doctor. In the flashback, there was about 8 or 9 doctors, and this one just happened to pull his thing down on his face, so he did remember him. And
I was surprised the doctor remembered him.
Yeah, because there was a lot of soldiers, and there was a lot going on there, but we didn't really get much of an explanation. It was just we figured this out that they can overheat.
Yeah, we
can also be very powerful and blah blah blah.
We know how to make zombies is pretty much what he said.
I didn't think of it that way until you said that, but yeah, it makes sense.
Now, for the military, so Scott's team, they end up pulling over at a butcher. They end up going to a butcher. There was a reason. There was a reason why
he needed to cool off the guys that got shot up.
Right. But they didn't come back. They did not come back to life when he put them in there. So he was he was upset about that.
Probably too late.
Right. So he was upset about that. So he's in this butcher place and he's acting like a loon because he's talking to the people in the butcher. It's like a grocery store. And they are confused what he's talking about, what he's doing, what's happening to him. Someone ends up calling the police. The police come and he ends up killing them. He thinks that he is part of. He still thinks that he's in war. He still thinks that he's in Vietnam. Yeah, because he says they're everywhere. They're all over the place. That's messed up, man. And he ends up getting caught on video while he's doing that. So now the authorities know who he is, and they're gonna go after him. Go ahead. You said you about to say something, Angel?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if it doesn't really ruin anything, but if we ever watch the future movies, if y'all ever want to go down that road, that's like
Not really.
Okay, cool.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
That's just that. No, that's like a reoccurring theme in all his movies is that he'll never get out of what happened to him in Vietnam. Like this will always be for all the movies in the future. It's always something that always comes back for him. Is that he's always
wait a minute? So he Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the other movies also. I know he's in one other one, the newer one, but he's in multiple ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing we see them at a train station, and on a bus station, and for some reason, Devereaux has money now. He didn't have any money before, but he has money now, and he's able to buy Veronica a bus ticket and tells her to go to L.A. But she doesn't want to leave him for whatever reason. We haven't really seen them being romantic with each other, so I didn't understand why she didn't say, bye, I'm out of here. You know,
She should have.
yeah, she has enough for a good story. She didn't need to stick around.
Bro, she was over there finding something hard. What you mean? Just leave? Ain't no romantic. The girl already, come on now. Come on, man. Like,
she saw all she needed to see.
Okay, so she was plotting, huh?
She.
All right. So she wants to sleep with a dead man. Okay, I got you. A 50-year-old dead man. Okay.
Hey, listen. She likes you older. You can't get mad at her. That's just that's probably the finest 50-year-old you'll ever see, though. So if she's doing it, she got the one. You gotta get it.
So she ends up getting on the board, pretending to get on the bus, or making us think she's getting on the bus. She gets on, but when the bus pulls off, she's still standing there. And then another bus pulls away also, and then we see that they are surrounded by police officers. Why? Somebody explain to me why police are there. How did they know they were going to be at the bus station?
I have no idea.
That's a pretty bad storytelling right there. That's a pretty bad storytelling. Because it wasn't just one cop. It was a convoy of cops. It was a bunch of them.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of The Mask, when Jim Carrey climbs the fence and all those cops have the guns pointed at him. And then they start doing the rumba or whatever.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't remember.
That's what it reminded me of, because it was that many cops and just
it was a ridiculous amount of cops.
The clicking of the guns, and I was just waiting for someone to start dancing again.
So they don't put up a fight. They end up being taken by the police, and they were put into like a bus, and they're being transported somewhere. Next thing you know, Scott knows where they're at. He's on their trail. He's right behind them, pretty much.
Yep, throwing grenades.
And acting stupid. He's acting really goofy and stupid and silly. Throwing grenades. And they're Veronica, she's getting the grenades and throwing them out of the bus because they're coming in through the bus. She's grabbed them and throwing them out of the bus. Were you guys entertained by this scene? Did you like this scene? He's pretty much running over the police officers that were in their normal cop cars. He's getting them out the way. So you get to a point where it's just him, his military vehicle, and the bus. And he ends up killing the bus driver. So now there's nobody driving this bus with Veronica and Devereaux in it. You guys go ahead and take it over.
I mean, the whole scene is nuts because, one, like you said, how did he even find them? And two, like I said, he's throwing grenades. She's throwing them back out. Devereaux's trying to control the bus. I mean, the whole thing's just a mess.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. And the crazy thing is, it gets even more stupid. It gets really dumb and ridiculous. Because he ends up throwing her out. Devereaux ends up telling Veronica to get out. She doesn't really want to go. She doesn't want to go without him. He says, okay, I'm going to jump out too. He opens the door. She gets ready to jump. He pushes her out. He just does that just to, get her out of there. And then Scott is behind him, and he ends up making the bus flip over on his side. Devereaux ends up jumping out of it, and he's riding on top of the bus, and he's shooting at the military vehicle. Right? You mean to tell me a military vehicle does not have bulletproof windows? Because he ends
100%.
up shooting. He ends up shooting in
And where did he get that gun
driver.
off? Did he get the gun off the driver?
He had to have. He had to have gotten it off the driver. He ends up killing this guy. So now Scott does not have a driver, and he's going to end up pushing the bus. They're headed toward a cliff. This is what really pissed me off. Devereaux jumps off of this bus. Scott is pushing the bus over the edge of the cliff, and he's in his truck. He ends up going over the cliff also.
Yep.
Explain this to me. Because there is a bunch of explosions. He goes down. You think this is the end of the movie, the way it was acting. Because Devereaux and Veronica end up hugging, and then a police officer shows up. For some reason, Veronica was able. The cop tells them to get on their knees, put their hands behind their head. He comes over to them, and then Veronica ends up elbowing him and then hitting him in the face, knocks him out.
Yeah, that's terrible.
She knocks him out.
No.
It's just, and her only excuse is, I got 2 or 3 brothers or something. She said.
Yeah.
They end up taking the police car and driving away. She says, "I'm going to take you home." So they're able to drive in a police vehicle all the way to Louisiana. I can't remember what state they were in.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But they end up driving to Louisiana. You would have thought that Scott was dead. He was not dead. They end up she ends up taking Devereaux to his parents, who seemed surprised. That would have scared the shit out of me if my kid showed up 25 years later, still looking the same. I wouldn't have believed it was him, honestly. He wouldn't have came in. He wouldn't have came in my house. Not with
No,
a
champ. You can't come in, champ.
That ain't champ. Like,
right.
that's a fucking zombie. That ain't my kid. My kid's gone. My kid is gone. There's no way. My kid left looking like this 25 years ago, and he comes back. Hell no.
That 70-year-old Gene gonna be like, "Get out of my house, boy!
That's right.
You ain't my son.
You ain't my son, man. I'm gonna get some size. I'm gonna get some nunchucks. I'm gonna get some kamas. I'm gonna get some katanas. I'm gonna get everything. Like, hell no. Get the hell out of here. You ain't my kid.
Zombie.
And you're still looking the same way that you did when you left. Hell no. Hell no. But for some reason, they let him in. They let the zombie in the house. And he's walking around, looking around. Veronica explains everything to the parents. Now she's going to go back and try and explain things to her former employees. And she's going to go talk to the sheriff. She gets in that police vehicle and she sees that the keys are gone. And lo and behold, who shows up? Scott. He's back. He only had a scratch on his head. Like, they didn't have him burnt up. They didn't have him bloodied, really. He looked the same. Like, last time we saw him, he was in a transport vehicle going over the edge of a cliff. He never jumps out. If the fall doesn't kill you, the explosion should have. Nothing didn't kill this guy.
Listen, Gene, at the bottom, there was an iceberg. He got all healed up. It was good to go.
Right, pretty much. Like, they give us no explanation as how he survived, why he's okay.
None at all.
He ends up getting Veronica, and for whatever reason, he ends up getting the parents also. Devereaux's in the house. He's just kind of walking around looking at pictures, but then he starts hearing noises. He calls out to his parents. They don't say anything, but then he hears Scott outside telling him to come out, and he has his family out there. Told him to come out there. And then this is the last scene of the movie, the fight between them. What did you guys think about this fight scene?
Typical 90s fight scene, to be honest.
Yeah.
You spend 2-3 minutes getting your butt kicked. Then something happens. He thought Veronica died because he got another where he throws the grenade at someone running away.
Wait, hold on. Before you continue, how come Veronica did not die? Now, the lady in Vietnam died the exact same way. He ends up throwing the grenade at her, and it explodes. Veronica did not die. The same thing happened.
I guess the grenade was not close enough. Who knows? She said she had a headache, but that was it. She barely had a scratch.
Right.
So Devereaux thinks she died, and then all of a sudden, he's just got the strength of 25 men, and he starts beating the crap out of Scott.
No. He tried to, but Scott put some serum in him, and he got stronger. And that's when he started throwing him around, and then he showed him that he had the serum. And eventually, Devereaux ends up taking one for himself, and Scott didn't know it. And he ends up sticking himself with it. That's how he ends up getting
I must
stronger.
have missed that part, but either way, all of a sudden he gets all up in his ass and throws him on a bed of something where he stabs him. And
he lands on these. It was like almost like a tractor, something like a tractor with these spikes, and he's in it. He's laying on top of it with these spikes sticking through him. He's still not dead. He pretended to die. He wakes back up.
Oh yeah, they give us the horror movie thing where he comes back one last time and he tries to pull him down and kill him with him. And then he stabs him again.
He had all of these spikes sticking through his body and he wasn't dead. I would have been dead with just one. His whole body was littered with these spikes and he's still awake, trying to take Devereaux to hell with him. Devereaux ends up turning on the machine and it pulls him through the machine and we see body parts. Like chopped up.
It was like a wood chipper or something like that.
Yeah. And we see him come out the other end and then he goes and hugs Veronica and that was the end of the movie. That was it. So what did you guys think? What grade are you giving this movie?
I want to hear Angel first.
Yeah, I do too.
Be honest, you loved it.
I'm saying like at best, I'm giving it like a C, more like a C minus, maybe D plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say D plus.
I was leaning that D plus also.
The storytelling was just god awful. I'm gonna be honest with you. Once they went off the cliff, I was pissed that the movie wasn't over. I thought it was done.
I mean, at least give us an explanation of how he survived. Like there was no, and he came out with no scratches, no burn marks, no nothing. He was
that's why
regular.
That's why I was like, nah. Like so, D plus. Honestly, the best I maybe give it a C minus.
Yeah. So, man, and I never watched this movie back in '92 when it came out. I did not watch this movie. I don't know why. This was not even what I thought it was going to be.
It wasn't either. I could have swore it was so much better. I swear to God, I thought it was so much better. Never mind.
Yeah. This definitely was not what I was expecting. I don't even know what to say about it. So Angel, you sent us a message tonight. That's the end of this movie. We're done. We're moving on.
We're not going to do the series.
I'm not. I can't do it again, man. I cannot do another part 2 or 3, 4. I can't do it. I can't do it, and I know Mike ain't gonna want to do it either. So go ahead and tell the audience what you suggested for our next movie.
So just in honor of Black History Month, I say we should do Black Belt Jones with Jim Kelly. People that don't know him, he played Enter the Dragon. He's probably one of the pioneers of just Black martial artists in America. So he's a huge influence on just our culture, and just want to pay some homage to him. So Black Belt Jones, man, that's gonna be I actually cannot wait to watch that.
I hope we can find it, man. Like I said, I sent you a message.
I found it. You
1974.
You might have to pay for it, but I have it right here. I found where it's at.
Is it on Amazon Prime or YouTube or?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Cool.
It's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, YouTube, Google Play Movies, all those.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna watch that one, and let's let the listeners know what we're gonna start doing going forward. So we decided to do, since it's 4 of us, and typically it's 4 weeks in a month. We all decided to pick one movie a week. So 1 week could be my week, 1 week could be Angel's, 1 week could be Joe, 1 week could be Mike. Also, we're going to pick a movie from a particular area. So one of us will have the 70s and 80s movies. Somebody will pick the 90s movies. Somebody will pick the 2000s, and then someone will pick the 2010s up until now. You guys want to wait till Mike is with us before we, break this up, or do you guys want to pick what you want now? Like what era, what decade you want?
Oh, if I'm picking an era, I want 90s.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
90s got all my stuff already.
Angel,
I know that for a fact.
I'll take whichever one you guys don't want, because I feel like
I'm gonna tell you now, Mike is not going to pick any in the 70s or 80s. He's not going to want that. So no. Mike is it'd probably be best if Mike either has the 2010s or the 2000s.
Which one do you want?
I don't care. Just pick whatever you want, and then I'll decide what me and Mike get.
I'll do 2000s.
Okay, so I'll give Mike the 2010s and beyond, and I'll take the 70s, 80s. I don't care. That's cool. Okay, so that's how we'll break it up. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool. You guys got any closing remarks?
Nah, man. honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really want to apologize to the listeners. I swear to God, I thought this movie was gonna be better. As we're going through it, even I was like, "Yo, I really fucked up on this one." So that's my fault. Like I swear, I thought the movie was gonna be better. That was on me. Like put this one all on me. That was my fault.
It's all good, man. Joe, you got any closing remarks?
Oh no, man, I'm good.
All right, cool. Everybody out there, stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you guys next week, and I'm going to hit the music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.